Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a huge Maiden fan. Thank you for following my channel. Today I will be talking about Flight 666 and that tour and some of the things, some of the materials and books and things that came out at around that time and some additional things related to that. There really isn't, surprisingly, a lot of merchandise, a lot of stuff that came out for Flight 666. I mean, I would imagine, that it was such a huge moment in the history of the band, that they should have been able to come out with like a whole lot more stuff. But looking through my things and all, I mean, not really. They didn't really do much with it. I mean, there are a few things, but not a whole lot, So, anyways, these are the vinyl. Okay, this is the American edition. This is the picture disc, double picture disc, right? And this is a beautiful presentation. It's all picture, with images of the tour. Okay, some details about the airplane. Okay, this is what was particularly incredible about this tour. This was the first tour with the band traveling in their own private airplane and piloted by Bruce Dickinson. I mean, that is, as far as I know, without any precedent at all in rock, heavy metal, pop music history. There has never been a lead singer or a member of a band that I'm aware of that had piloted a 747 for consecutive tours, leading a crew of over 60 members, including all the roadies and managers and musicians and everything else. Not that I'm aware of, that there hasn't been anybody like that, so this is why I would imagine, they would have had a lot more merchandise and stuff related to this tour. But yep, there's the double vinyl live recording of that tour. This is the American edition. This is the British edition, which I never opened. This is brand new and completely sealed, completely intact. I haven't opened it at all, and I keep it in, double plastic if possible, triple plastic if I could, just to keep it nice and safe. And here's the re-edit. Both previous versions, American and British, were picture discs, but this is the re-edit, and this is on black vinyl. And again, I haven't opened this either, and I don't know why, but a lot of the re-edits, the colors vary somewhat. In the original, the tones are a lot darker and more striking, and you see more of the detail of the faces in the crowd, and the color blue here is, somewhat more striking. The quality of the photograph itself, in the new edition, it's a little bit wider and slightly more diffused, I guess. It's kind of blurry, I don't know why they varied that way, but that's how it is, I have this airplane that I think most fans have possibly gotten this back in the day. This was initially available on the website for a long time, and it surprised me that for a long time nobody even tried to buy it. It was just there, and very few sales apparently, but then it eventually began to take off, and now these are kind of difficult to find. I've seen some on eBay, and they're going for $200 or something. One of my favorite things from that tour, it is the Flight 666 book. Okay, this is a hardcover book. This is beautifully produced, very detailed. He has this embossed kind of cover, inner cover here. He has the dust jacket. It's such a gorgeous and very well made, thing. And here we have a blueprint of the 757 that the band originally had, and so many images, so many photographs of just about every city and every concert that the band did through mostly the second leg of the tour, not so much the first one, this is a little thing that I got. And, but yeah, this is a beautiful book. If you haven't gotten this, I strongly advise you guys to get this. It is still available, I think, on Amazon and on eBay. It's not that difficult to find, but it's just a gorgeous thing. And everyone should definitely have this one in their collection. Okay, this is the Christmas card from the fan club from that year, and it's again with details of the Flight 666 thing, and the the tour and the Eddie from that tour. This is nice. This is the year when they also changed a few things with the fan club. They went with the larger format of magazine. In the past, there used to be a smaller format, and it has gotten very, very well made over the years. Okay. During that tour, I bought several T-shirts, several of them. I could only find 3, like this one, everyone's favorite, #1 song from that tour, the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This I bought actually in Argentina. This is one of the official also T-shirts. This one I bought in Chile. And this one I bought in Brazil. I saw them like 4 times during that tour, and I actually traveled with them. And this was the tour where I worked with them the closest. Okay, 2007 and 2008 and 9. I did get a chance to be a lot with the band. I didn't fly on the airplane. This thing that a lot of people don't know, but during that tour and in many tours after that, they usually travel in like 2 or 3 airplanes. The band, the official crew, they travel in the Flight 666 airplane, and supporting crew, translators and people, that were just helping locally, they traveled on a second or sometimes even on a 3rd airplane. To Brazil, we went in 3 airplanes, and it was fantastic. It was just an incredible thing. A lot of fun, here's the British edition CD of that album, and this one is double. And I think this may be the first really well mastered surround sound live thing that they ever did. This is possibly the greatest live record that they ever did. It's just so beautifully recorded, I also wanted to show a few things that kind of came out at around that time. For example, this book, which is, I bought it on Amazon, and it's not official, okay, but it's so detailed and so beautifully well made, and it spans from the very beginning of the band, and the whole history of how they had formed, the history of just about every single vinyl and maxi single and record they ever did, the bands that had, been a part of Maiden history. It's just incredible. There are a lot of details about backstage passes and posters and tickets and so many things and so many images and photographs that I had never seen of the band. This is also virtually like a complete, if you want, catalog of all the official discography of the band. You know, so if you're lost and you don't know exactly what is it that you need to buy, here you have a complete rundown of just about every official record published by the band and duly authorized by the band as official material. You know, so this is a great, fantastic book to have. The Ultimate Unauthorized History of the Beast by Neil Daniels. Great book. One book that I wish I could have is Ross Halford's, his photograph diary book thing, which is amazing. This one is in Spanish, and I bought it in Argentina a long time ago. Argentina puts out a lot of really great things, and this is a very nice, very well-made sort of biography of the band. Of course, it's in Spanish. It also has some very neat and very obscure, never-seen footage of the band, but beautiful Ross Halford photographs and everything. It's just very nice, and it's not just material from Argentina, it's from all over the world. This is another Ross Halford book, but this is from I believe 1986, okay, and it includes Halford's early work with the band, spanning all the way to 1986, 1987. This is a great, fantastic, well-made book. I bought this in the US a long time ago, easily 30 years ago. It's just great. And one final thing that I have that I very much love, it is something that came out at around that time. This is a book that provides a complete rundown of all the artwork produced by Derek Riggs for Iron Maiden. Okay, and this is something that I have autographed by Derek Riggs. At around that time, I traveled to California, to Los Angeles. He lives there, and he on occasion does some events and things in Los Angeles, and there's an Iron Maiden sort of convention there, and I heard that he was going to be there, and so I traveled to meet him, and he's such a great guy. He's very humble, very shy, surprisingly shy, and very kind and very generous with his time. He would sit with you and talk about his life with the band, his stories with the band, the many things, the inspiration that he had in creating each and every piece of artwork. He could talk to you about all this stuff for hours. He's such a kind soul, he's a really nice guy. And kind of funny too. He loves to joke around. And I love this book. I keep it very safe, and I cherish this greatly because, I studied art. I studied art history, and I studied painting. And, one of the inspirations for me to study art had always been the Briggs, and I love this book. I also have this. This is a little poster. Just to give you an idea of what is it like to be a fan of Iron Maiden in Bolivia, it's kind of tough, because first of all, for a number of years, we had made all kinds of things to try to convince investors and people to possibly purchase a show, an Iron Maiden show, but these shows are extremely expensive, and at the same time the band is uncertain about coming to places like Bolivia. So for a number of reasons it had never been, and possibly it would never be possible to bring Iron Maiden to this country. We have never really had any big acts come to Bolivia. Possibly the biggest thing in metal, at least, that has come here, maybe Scorpions. That they came here in 2010, I don't remember well, but something like that. They came twice. They came in 2010 and then in 2012, I think. But that may have been the biggest thing that came to Bolivia. But it's difficult. I mean, being a fan here is extremely difficult. There are virtually no record stores at all. there are like 2 places where they import stuff, but it's just really expensive. And for example, with Flight 666, I know that in many countries, especially in the US and in the UK, of course, they have presented Flight 666 in movie theaters. It was nominated to, for awards and things like that, and but in Bolivia, of course, we don't have anything like that. We unless we're talking about big, gigantic blockbusters like the Marvel movies that they come out here at around the same time as they do in the United States. But just about everything else, something like Flight 666, there's no way they would ever show that on any movie theater here. So I created and I had for about 10 years the Iron Maiden fan club in Bolivia, and this is one of the last activities that we had. We showed the Flight 666, the video of Flight 666 in one of the conventions. Well, when I say we, it's actually me. I leased a movie theater here, which is not cheap. So we could watch on a big screen the Flight 666, and we didn't charge any money. Anyone, all the members of the fan club could come in for free. Anyone who loved metal, anyone who loved Maiden could just come for free. And that was the only chance that we got to see Iron Maiden on a big screen in this country, and it's basically because just a few of us were huge fans of the band. I mean, that's what it's like to be a fan of this band in Bolivia. There's hardly any support from anybody. Most people, they greatly reject this music. There's so much ignorance about it. They think it's just violent, satanic, horrible music, and that's all they know about it, But yeah. Well, anyways, thank you for following my channel. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll continue to post some more videos. The following ones would be about the final frontier and the live record in Santiago de Chile.